How do you adjust camera settings for street photography in changing light? Imagine walking through a busy city street, the sunlight shifts from bright to shadowy areas, and your camera needs to keep up. That's the challenge with changing light in street photography. To get sharp, well-exposed images, you need to be quick and smart with your camera settings. The main things to tweak are aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. Start by setting your aperture and ISO based on the overall lighting. For daytime scenes, an aperture between f5.6 and f11 works well, giving you enough depth of field. Keep your ISO low, around 100 to 400 for bright conditions. When you move into shaded areas or dimmer spots, raise your ISO to around 800 or higher to compensate. Keeping aperture and ISO steady helps maintain consistent image quality. Now, adjust your shutter speed to match the light. Faster shutter speeds like 1 to 150th of a second or more freeze motion, which is perfect for capturing people walking or cars rushing by. If you want to blur motion intentionally, slow down your shutter speed, but be careful not to lose sharpness. Using aperture priority mode is a good choice because it lets you set the aperture and ISO, and the camera automatically adjusts the shutter speed. This is especially helpful when moving between sunny and shaded areas quickly. For night scenes or very consistent lighting, manual mode gives you full control, but it takes practice. To handle sudden light changes, assign buttons on your camera for quick access to exposure compensation, ISO, and focus modes. Exposure compensation allows you to brighten or darken your shot fast without messing with your main settings. Using auto ISO with a maximum limit is also smart because it keeps your exposure balanced without constant manual adjustments. When shooting in public spaces, being discreet is respectful. Adjust your settings smoothly and quietly to avoid drawing attention or making people uncomfortable. Being prepared with flexible settings helps you focus on capturing moments rather than fiddling with your camera. Remember, always be aware of local customs about photography and personal privacy. In street photography, quick and subtle adjustments help you stay respectful while getting great shots. Set your aperture and ISO based on the light, use aperture priority mode, keep your shutter speed fast enough to freeze action, and use exposure compensation for quick tweaks. Assign your camera buttons for easy access to ISO and focus controls. Practice changing settings instinctively so you can react fast. And always be mindful of how your photography affects others, respecting their space and privacy. This way, you get sharp, properly exposed images without disturbing the scene or the people in it.